to a wheelbarrow and starting alongside the Hall of Famer Jimmy Mars. Mars has won about everything you can win in the sport, and right now he is trying to pick up a $25,000 payday tonight. Back in row 3, you got a couple of mod graduates. One of them still tears them up in the mods, and that's Rodney Sanders. And his outside Mike Marlar, another one of those drivers that came out of the open wheel modified ranks. He and Jimmy Owens came through the ranks together. Well, the lights are down on the speedway. The C&D bonding green flag will wave out of turn number 4 as we get set to go 50 laps in the desert here tonight. The Dirt Track Bank Super Late Models presented by Black Diamond Race Cars at the 15th annual Kaiser
I'm videoing this.
Presented by
I'm videoing
this. They'll come to the C&D bonding green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag's up, and we're underway. 50 laps for 25 large. Off into turns 1 and 2. Up top, it's Davenport, down low, and Shirley. Shirley gets a bite off the bottom of 2, down the back straightaway. Shirley leads him. Hang on. Chase Allen's going to go around down in turn 1 and 2. Midwest Sheet Metal caution flies. Chase Allen spun all by his lonesome, and Chad Simpson had to spin to missing. Scott Ward got a little piece of that action. And Dustin last night, 40 laps, caution free. Tonight, Chris Davis has paid these guys a little extra money to get some more plugs for Midwest Sheet Metal.
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly what happened. It's not. You and I have worked together a long time. We can usually read each other pretty well. I was not expecting that one. I'm sure Chris Davis appreciates the plug as well. Hey, we'll try it again.
Oh, all right. We're going to rack them up, try it again.
You didn't make a pick, Benji. You and Jason didn't make picks.
Well, you know what? I made a pick earlier today, and I picked Mike Marlar. I'm going to ride with Mike Marlar.
Okay.
Jason, who have you got to win this thing tonight?
I gotta say Brian Shirley. He's been sitting there nipping on the hills all week long. I think he gets it done tonight from the bull.
Dustin, who have you got? You took RTJ today, I believe.
I did take
Are you
RTJ.
going to ride with that, or are you going to pick another one like you usually do?
I did take RTJ a little bit earlier on today. I can't believe you guys both left Jonathan Davenport in the outside front row. But I'm going to stick with my horse and ride him to the finish line. I'd be senseless if I did not pick the Chandler, Arizona native Ricky Thornton Jr.
I mean, if he wins tonight, they're going to be torching cactuses all over Chandler, Arizona tonight. That's right. They're going to burn down the desert if that's possible. All right, Chase Allen's getting checked out down in turn 4. Officials checking out that race car. He's very lucky. He had slight contact. Could have been a lot more as that car just took off on him. Meanwhile, Jason Fagers to the work area. Dustin and Jason had the fan get into the radiator last night, knocked him out of the race, and they're pulling the hood off. Is he overheating already? Wow. Dustin Jarrett's hustling over there, doing his best Forrest Gump running impression as he heads over to check on Fager. Man, you hate to see the hood come off that race car. As Fager's had some bad luck past few nights, as Chase Allen rejoins the field. Crew's looking under the hood down there to see what might be awry on car 25. We'll get an update from Dustin momentarily. You see the wireless cam down there looking. Beautiful wife Abby helping the crew look under the hood as they are trying to figure out what might have gone wrong on the 25 car. And so far it's hard to tell what has gone wrong. All right, so looks like Fager's night may be over as the Midwest Sheet Metal yellow lights are turned out. We'll come back to the CD bonding green flag as the field enters the Premier Weight Services start zone down in turn number 4. Man, tough break for Fager. Hate to see that one as he is out of the party early before a lap's even completed. We're going to try it again. It's Shirley and Davenport. Shirley got the lead the first time. Who's going to get it this time? Out of turn 4, back underway. The Shaw Trucking 50 presented by Premier Weight Services. Off into turns 1, 2, 3, wide for the lead. Davenport gets a better start this time. Shirley back to second. Thornton Jr. in third. Fourth is Mars. Fifth is Sanders. Through 3 and 4. Lap number 1, it's going to be Superman Jonathan Davenport leading the way. Second, Shirley. Third is Thornton Jr. Fourth is Jimmy Mars. Marlar now in 6th behind your 5th place winner Rodney Sanders. Now Moyer on the move. Billy Moyer 2 for the price of 1. He'll go from 6th up to 7th up to 5th as he goes past Marlar and Sanders. And right now this racetrack is really fast early on. You got to think your leaders are just going to ride, blow off some of this fluff right now as they work out of 2 down the back straightaway. And Thornton Jr. slips a little bit off turn number 2. That allows Mars to close in, as does Moyer. Moyer's still in racing tonight. Is tonight 8:46 for 25K for the 21. Find out before it's over. And Chase Allen is very likely about to bring out his second yellow in the first 3 laps. And things have gone south for the Texas driver as he brings out his second unassisted caution in that 130 car. And he is slow down the back. And you got to wonder a little bit of wide right in front of the pack. And now it's Davenport stretching out down the back straightaway. Thornton up to second, Shirley back to third. Mars rides in fourth. Billy Moyer in fifth. Just 2 Dirt Late Model Hall of Famers going for the 4th spot. That's all, nothing to see here. Behind them, it's going to be Rodney Sanders battling it out with Mitch McGrath. As now Thornton Jr. moves in to start to do work on the 49 car of Jonathan Davenport. Sanders and McGrath were hooked up briefly back there for position number 6. They get free. We complete lap number 5. 5 on the board. 45 more times around the speedway. And now Davenport diamonds off the corner out of turn number 2. Entered high. He dropped down low. Chase Allen out of the party here tonight. And the Texas driver pulls to the infield, and we complete lap number 6. It's Davenport. It's Thornton, Shirley, Mars. And it's going to be Moyer. Moyer to the inside of Mars once again. McGrath and Sanders still side by side for 6th as Mars and Moyer having a heck of a battle. Behind them, Tyler Erb up to 7th already. He started back in 11th. Keeping on the number 1 car as he rolls in Rodney Sanders and a 74 McGrath. Up top is Davenport. Down low is Thornton Jr. All through turns 3 and 4. Now Thornton will go to the cushion. As he does that, Davenport abandons it. Exits in the middle of the racetrack. Early in this one, turning low 15-second laps around this 3/8 mile oval. Ryan Shirley's pulled away from Jimmy Mars. Mars is pulled away from Moyer. Your front runners can tend to ride, kind of like we thought they would be early in this one. Lap traffic, and it can happen in a hurry, and it can happen in the next couple of laps. Could change everything, though, because the drivers have to start to make decisions. I think everybody trying to keep those tires on him tonight. Chad Simpson out of the party tonight in the 25. And Mount Vernon, Iowa will see his first Wild West Shootout endeavor come to an end. Mikey Thornton Jr. at the line, about 5/10 of a second behind Davenport. And it's Shirley, then it's Mars, then it's Moyer. Sanders and McGrath still having a hell of a race back there from a 6th spot. Turbo not making up much ground right now as McGrath and Sanders lean on each other. And now the tail of the field, less than a straightaway in front of your leaders as we work lap number 12. Thornton's trying to get to Davenport. Davenport, he enters high in 3. He exits through the middle of 4. Thornton's going to fire it, following his tire tracks off turn number 4. As we get a long green flag run early in this 50-lapper. And 1 and 2, Attila 2 different crews. Davenport likes it up top. Thornton likes it down low. Off into 3 and 4, they were pretty much the same group. Brian Shirley about 15 car lengths back in 3rd. 10 car lengths back to Mars in the 4th spot. 5th is Moyer. 6th is McGrath. 7 is Sanders. 8th is Erb. 9th now, as they head off into turn 3. 1 and 2 will be Bobby Pierce. 10th is Mike Marlar. And now in front of your leaders, lap cars, and they were working side by side through 3 and 4. Trevor Gundaker, and now how about that? They switch grooves in 1 and 2. Davenport heads down low. Thornton goes to the top. They'll both go to the top down to 3 and 4 as they reel in Trevor Gundaker, the first lap car they'll encounter here tonight as they complete lap 15. 15 down, 35 to go. And now Davenport back to the top down to 1 and 2. Thornton on the bottom, he gets a big run. Shirley's catching both of them. Let's let this puppy stay green. Let's see what they got as they work through lap traffic. And now Davenport's got to make some decisions, and Shirley is coming in a hurry. Davenport to the bottom through 1 and 2. Shirley goes up top. Thornton in 2nd. Back and forth, it's going to be Jimmy Mars. And 5th continues to be Billy Moyer. 6th is McGrath. 7th now Tyler Erb. 8th is Pierce. 9th is Sanders. 10th is Papich. As your leader works through the lap traffic. And now Shirley to the inside of Thornton. Thornton shoots the top side off too. Now he sets his sights on Jonathan Davenport. If Davenport goes to the bottom again down in 1 and 2, that might open the door for Thornton to go to the lead. We got 18 complete, 32 laps remain. And now Thornton will go to the bottom in 1 and 2. Davenport goes to the cushion as they work off 2 down the back straightaway. They close in on Tony Toast. Next car that they'll lap, Davenport will squeeze between Toast and the front stretch wall. No issue there as he heads off into 1 and 2. And now Davenport stretching out on Thornton as Shirley closes in on Ricky Thornton Jr. Thornton and Davenport starting to get a little bit of open track. It'll be probably another 5 or 6 laps when they catch heavy traffic. Trevor Gundaker out of the party here tonight. 20 laps down, 30 to go. And tiptoeing around this cushion right now, Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr., Brian Shirley, Jimmy Mars, Billy Moyer, your top 5. Tyler Erb rides in 6th now. You've got to think he would love a caution to get into the fold. The 7th is McGrath. 8th is Pierce. 9th is Papich. 10th is going to be Sanders, Marlar, and 11th. And it's now heavy traffic for your leader, Jonathan Davenport. And is this where Ricky Thornton Jr. can bounce on him? Davenport goes around the 15 car of Donnie Schatzel throwing down a lap, working lap 23 off turn number 2. And Thornton starts to close in ever so slightly on Jonathan Davenport. If Davenport goes to the bottom at 1 and 2 again, if he tries to get around Landers, could open the door. Davenport over the cushion down at 4. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. Schatz is the meat of the sandwich as they try to lap him. Thornton down low. Up top is Davenport. Down the back straightaway. Schatz is 3 wide. Lap traffic. Off into turns 3 and 4. We'll complete lap 24. Will we have a new leader? Jonathan Davenport says, no, sir, you will not. Next time by halfway. That one got exciting for a minute as Davenport will work the bottom through 1 and 2. Now Thornton goes to the cushion. Shirley's in 3rd. Mars is rolling them all in as well. Out of turn at number 4, 25 down, 25 to go for 25,000 tonight in the desert. And Midway Sheet Metal caution will fly as Rodney Sanders, it looks like, slows up in turn at number 2. And we're going to catch our breath unofficially, the halfway mark, 25 down. 25 laps to go. And Dustin, what went through your mind when you watched him come down the back straightaway? Ricky Thornton Jr. and Jonathan Davenport 3 wide with the lap car of Donnie Schatz.
Yeah, the first thing I thought of was who in their right mind would ever think Donnie Schatz would be getting lapped in any kind of race like that. But it was close, man. It was real close. They were coming down through there. And I know that Ricky Thornton Jr. wanted to throw a slider going into 3 and 4, but he didn't have the angle. He had the speed, he had the momentum, but he didn't have the angle to pull off a slide job, and so he was content with staying on the bottom. But the reason he was there, Ben, was the lap before up on the high side of the racetrack. Jonathan Davenport hooked a rut on the top of turn number 4 coming off the corner. That's going to be something to keep our eyes on. And again, I mean, he hit it right every other lap before that, but if there is a slight rut up there, and that's where the 49 is running, going to be interesting to see if he's able to miss that for the remainder of the race.
Yeah, he definitely got over that cushion, and maybe that was his get out of jail free card. As the cushion getting a little bit treacherous right now, racetrack looking good. 25 down, 25 to go. Jonathan Davenport leads the way. Ricky Thornton Jr. for the double file restart will choose the inside. To his outside will be Brian Shirley. And Dustin, I'm going to tell you a guy that really liked to see that caution from 11th to 6th, Tyler Erb. He was about a half a track behind your leaders, and now that lead is erased.
Yeah, Tyler Erb doing exactly what he said he was going to do and exactly what we thought he was going to do, working his way up through the field. He's been the hard charger twice this week and continues his way up to the front. He might be the hard charger for the 3rd time here at the Wild West Shootout.
Well, coming in tonight, he passed 5 more cars than anybody else this week, and the Premier Waste Services hardest charger. Every night it's $500 for the hard charger. For the week, it's $1,000, and right now Turbo might be in the driver's seat for that. We'll have to check it when it's all said and done. But right now, Jonathan Davenport brings us back to the green flag. 25 laps remain for $25,000. And Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to find a way around Superman. As now Shirley joins the battle, and up to 4th on the restarts, Tyler Erb. Moyer back to 5th, Mars in 6th. Side by side for 2nd. Thornton Jr. and the 3S car of Brian Shirley. Now Turbo holds 4th. 24 laps remain. We're past the halfway mark. Through turns 1 and 2, Turbo digging down low. He goes work on Ricky Thornton Jr. Superman shot out of a cannon. Did his crew, Jason Durham and the guys, tell him not to hold anything back. And now it's go time, and that tire's going to last him. Right now, Davenport stretching it out. Erb and Thornton Jr. having a good battle for the 3rd spot behind them. Billy Moyer in 5th, in 6th now. Bobby Pierce having a good running car with 32. In the 7th spot is Papich. 8th now will be Mitch McGrath. And 9th, making 8th now will be the 59 of Alberson as Mars is falling back to 10th. And Mars may go around. He will go around down in 1 and 2. Hang on to it as Donnie Schatz spins across the nose of Jimmy Mars. And Jimmy Mars draws the Midwest Sheet Metal caution along with Donnie Schatz down in turn 1 and 2. Mars went around Schatz with nowhere to go, went across his nose. And the Midwest Sheet Metal caution is back out with 22 laps remaining. It's like Jimmy Mars will pull it to the infield. We'll see if his night is over or if he comes back out. Well, Dustin, you kind of wonder if Davenport's crew told him you got plenty of tire, go for it, because Davenport, it was like he kicked it into extreme high gear on that restart and absolutely drove away from the pack.
Yeah, he's been really good on restarts throughout the course of the entire week too, Ben, as we talked about. And that car is out front. He just he seems to be a little bit better on starts than anyone else. Brian Shirley made a nice move on Ricky Thornton Jr. to take the second spot. He's going to choose the outside lane, so the restart here is going to look fairly similar to what it looked previously, with Shirley on the outside, Thornton on the inside. The one difference is going to be Tyler Erb, who's now up into the fourth spot, 2 wins already this week. He'll be on the outside lane on this restart. Going to be interesting to see if he has anything for race leader Jonathan Davenport.
Well, he picked off 1 on that restart. He's gone 11th to 4th. We've seen turbo passing cars all week. And now, can he find a way to get to the front? Davenport awful strong right now. The 22 laps, a long time around this FK Ride-Ins Arizona Speedway. And Connie Schatz has rejoined the back of the pack. Mars is going on the hook down in turn 1 and 2. As we were trying to get that cleared before we turn the lights out. So right now you've got a Longhorn leading the way. Actually, a Longhorn in first, a Longhorn in second. Back in third, Shirley's in second, so Rocket XR1 in second. Then Thornton's in third with a Longhorn. And a Rocket XR1 back in fourth, and a Capital back there in fifth with Billy Moyer having a good run here tonight. Don't count Mr. Smooth out of this one. Then behind him in the sixth spot, it's going to be Bobby Pierce back there in the Pierce race car. So again, Jimmy Mars going on the hook, the bottom of turns 1 and 2, and we're going to be ready to turn the lights out. The lights are down on the speedway. We'll come back to the C&D bonding green flag when the field exits the Premier Waste Services start box down in turn number 4. 28 laps remain, 22 to go, and it's Jonathan Davenport, the Georgia native, leading the way. C&D bonding green flag is out. Off into 1 and 2. Thornton throws it in on the bottom. Shirley through the middle. Up top's Davenport. Thornton got a pretty good bite on the bottom. Now Moyer to the inside of Tyler Erb. Billy Moyer looking good here tonight, and we got him stacked up again up in turn number 2. As the number 8 of Landers is up there. My pick for the race, Mike Marlar, and you see Garrett Alberson pulling away in the 59 car. Alberson may have something awry on the right front of that race car, as maybe not. Like it was leaning kind of funny. Man, I tell you what, and Jason points it out, Dustin, Billy Moyer's going to hate to see that start called back because he shot past Tyler Erb up into the 4th spot, and he really had found something on that restart.
They call him Mr. Smooth for a reason, and the racetrack gets like this. He has a knack of finding a groove, typically on that kind of lower to bottom side of the race, or lower to middle side of the racetrack to his liking. Tell you one driver also that one driver that's probably happy to see that caution come out. That was Brian Shirley. He did not get as good of a start as he wanted. Ricky Thornton was able to shoot past him and take the second spot at least through turns 1 and 2 and part way down the back straightaway. But we'll re-rack them here in just a few moments and try out one more time.
Well, Mike Marlar's going to be out of the party here tonight. He's had a lot of bad luck in the desert, everything from the steering wheel coming off to get collected in melees like that, and the 157. Nose is pulled up. Jimmy Mars gets towed back to the pit area. And the Jason Rowan Racing dirt track bank number 98 going on the hook for Jared Landers.
Man, Marlar's car is rolling by us right now. A lot of damage on the Tri-Rivers Enterprise number 157 of Mike Marlar. That's, like you said, just a tough break for him.
Well, he's going to get pushed back around as Jared Landers goes on the hook. Taking just a second up. There's still 22 laps to go in this one. We'll have Hooker Trucking Victory Lane when it's over. And then coming up after this, we'll have the RHRSwag.com Truck Accessories X-Mod feature presented by Barnett Harley Davidson. We'll close the night out with the Sea Valley Transportation Border Tire Modified feature presented by Arizona Differential as Landers gets towed into the infield, and we're going to double him up. It'll be to Brian Shirley to pick high or low, and Shirley says, "Give me the bottom, please, sir." So he'll go to the inside, Thornton Jr. to the outside, and we'll rack them and stack them. If you're Billy Moyer, you're probably kind of hating seeing that because you got a really good start on the bottom last time, and now you're going to be put on the outside of your row. Midwest Sheet Metal yellow lights are out as we prepare to see the C&D bonding green flag come back out. We are down to 15 cars on the speedway, so traffic might not be that big of a factor as this one goes on. Who knows, though? Still 22 laps remain, and we're back underway. The Shaw Trucking 50 presented by Premier Waste Services. Off into 1 and 2. Shirley slides up. Meanwhile, here comes Turbo to the inside of Shirley. Shirley has to get on the binders. Turbo to second. And Thornton Jr. in third. And they're reunited once again at the front. Jonathan Davenport, Tyler Erb, and Ricky Thornton Jr. Those three have battled it out a lot at the front of the pack. And Shirley is back in the 4th spot. Now Shirley to the inside of Ricky Thornton Jr. They had a little bit of a run in back earlier in the week. Clean, good racing right now, though, as Bobby Pierce now goes around Moyer for 5th. And don't count the smooth operator out of this one as Bobby Pierce joins the party. He battles fellow Lando Lincoln driver Brian Shirley back there for position number 4. Jonathan Davenport continues to gap the field as he completes lap 31 off turn number 4. Tyler Erb back in 2nd. 3rd, Ricky Thornton Jr. 4th right now, Brian Shirley. In the 5th spot, it's Bobby Pierce. Front runners grab the top side of a speedway, letting her eat right now. And you got to think if you're Tyler Erb or anybody else, you might be trying something else because that might be the fastest way, albeit. But right now, Davenport's in the same spot and he's leaving you. You're not going to catch him being in his tire tracks. Davenport, unbelievable right now. Over 2.5 seconds the advantage. 17 laps remain off turn number 4, and you feel like Jonathan Davenport came here tonight with something to prove. He feels like he's gave at least a couple wins away this week. Right now, he is set sail. No worries for tire wear on that 49, it would appear. Back in 2nd, Tyler Erb. 3rd, Ricky Thornton Jr. Brian Shirley in 4th. Bobby Pierce in 5th. Rusty Schlenk, how about passing points for that driver? Schlenk started back in 18th. He's up to 6th. Billy Moyer back to 7th. Moyer and Schlenk having a good battle at the line. Not much activity in your top 5, but from Moyer on back for position 6 on back, pretty good racing back in the field. Just 15 laps remaining in this one, 25,000 to win, and Jonathan Davenport has got a 2.8 second advantage over Tyler Erb. This thing stays green. I just do not know they can really win because he is hitting his marks. Right now, Erb can just hope to keep Thornton behind him as they're riding the cushion around the high side of a speedway. But we'll say this, catching the back of the pack is Jonathan Davenport. He's got to keep his nose clean. We've seen how easy it is to get collected with somebody else. And now he starts to close in on Tony Toast. Less than 13 laps remain. Through turns 3 and 4. And now catching the tail of the field is Jonathan Davenport with a dozen laps to go here tonight. Tyler Erb back in 2nd. In the 3rd spot, it continues to be Ricky Thornton Jr. In 4th is Shirley. 5th is Pierce. 6th is Moyer. In 7th is Schlenk. Here comes Johnny Scott. Johnny come from back in the pack as well. Johnny started 23rd on the grid, and he's trying to take 6th away from Rusty Schlenk. They go door to door down the back straightaway. Sorensen in that battle. Papich is right there as well as they work past the flag stand. Probably the best race on the speedway as Jonathan Davenport is lapping cars at will. Now just 10 laps remain. Now we're 10 laps further than we've been all week. Will the tires last? Will there be any issues? 10 laps to figure it out. Davenport's lead has grown to 3.1 seconds. Tyler Erb in 2nd, Ricky Thornton Jr. in 3rd. And now Bobby Pierce with a big slider on Brian Shirley through 3 and 4, side by side as they work down the front straightaway. Shirley will hold 4th, Pierce back in 5th. Now we'll